Hey guys, welcome back here to Fishing Teacher. Appreciate you guys checking out today's video. And guys, we have a information-packed, juice-filled video. This is definitely going to help you guys catch a lot of good fish. We're going to be talking about the baby brush hog by Zoom and all the different ways you can fish it, all the different ways you can rig it. This is one of the best lures to fish during the springtime of the year. And there's 3 or 4 different ways you can rig it. I'm going to talk about in today's video. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over into the color options, where you want to fish it, just the whole 9 yards, and definitely think it's going to get some good fish for you guys. And also guys, I will put my Zoom baby brush hog link in my tackle warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to order something, my link, great way to support the channel here. Appreciate that. And also guys, anybody interested in booking a spring on the water lesson with me, I do most of my lessons here in Missouri on Table Rock and Stockton Lake. Just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat, for details, so I appreciate that. Okay, if you're not, if you fish very long, you know what the brush hog is. It's been around forever. This is the baby model. Zoom makes a full-size brush hog. They make a mid-size brush hog. Then they make the baby and a tiny. So this is the next to the smallest one. But even though it's almost 5 inches long, and it's a small diameter bait, so it's bulky enough to attract good ones, but you still get a lot of bites on it. It works really good in March, April, and May. This time of year is my favorite time to fish this. And there's several different ways I want to show you guys how to rig it and how to set it up with it. But it's sort of one of those baits, guys, that gets you more bites on a Texas rig than about any other thing that you can throw. And one thing that you're going to notice about springtime bass fishing with soft plastics is in March, you can catch bass like on slow baits and reaction baits. In April, a lot of times they go specifically to a slow bait like a soft plastic, shaky head, Ned rig. They work a lot better. Bass don't really want to chase lure very much during that prime spawning period. And then again, back in the post-spawn, they chase lures a little bit more, and they use bottom ones. But let's talk a little bit about, first of all, how I like to rig it, and then we'll get into the colors. Several different rigging options, guys. My favorite way is obviously just a straight Texas rig. And usually I use a 2-aught Gamakatsu G Finesse straight shank worm hook. This is the best hook you want to use with it, guys. I will link this hook also in my tackle warehouse link in this video description if you guys want to get some. And then I have found that a 3/16 ounce sinker is the best size for this. I've used a lot of different sinker sizes, but there's something about the way the baby brush hog falls with the legs on it and the bulk of it. A 3/16 ounce sinker has just the right rate of fall to really trigger a lot of springtime fish. So try to rig it with a 3/16 there. That's the way you want to set it up. Now, when I Texas rig it, guys, this is when I'm fishing it just around your typical shallow water cover. I'm pitching it and flipping it basically around whatever shallow cover's available. I've caught good fish on docks. I've caught a lot of fish just pitching bare bluffy banks with it, lay down trees, stumps, lily pad stems, grass beds, whatever cover that your lake has with it. And it really works in a diversity of different water clarities based upon the color that you want to use. I use a ton of different colors on the things, but you can catch fish in 6 inches of water visibility or 10 foot of water visibility, based upon the colors you want to use. Okay, that's one way. Now, the next way I want to show you that works really good with it, is a baby brush hog is one of my favorite lures to use on a swing head or hard head. I use a lot of different soft plastics. That Z-Craw Jr. is probably my favorite, but I'll tell you about this one here. I found out about the baby brush hog on a swing head by this old dude that I met down at Grand Lake when I was getting my boat. My trolling motor was broke. I was at a trolling motor repair shop, and this old dude, I got talking to him. He fished Grand Lake a lot, and he told me about all the fish he's caught on a baby brush hog on a swing head. So I started fishing it, guys, and I caught a ton of fish on it. Swing head jig, really, really good bait to fish on the back of a baby brush hog. And then the third way that I fish it, there's 4 different ways, is it's a really good bait on a football head jig. What I usually do is I'll pinch off a little bit, maybe about a 1/2 inch or so, and I'll put it on my swim jig. This is a really good bait, guys, like in the post-spawn and early summer, is this baby brush hog on the back of a football head jig is an excellent lure to use with that. And then finally, I will use it on just a regular jig, to pitch and flip around too. but gives it a lot of action here. I mean, it really makes the bait look alive in the water. So those are the 3 ways that you want to fish it. Okay, now the color options I use with it, I don't have my darker ones out here, but here's sort of like the rule of thumb that I use for color. If the water visibility is like less than 15 inches, say less than 1.5 feet, I like a June bug, I like a black neon, some type of a dark color. But most of the time when I'm fishing a baby hog, I'm using it in a little bit cleaner water. I like to fish the baby brush hog in like water visibility of 2 foot or greater. And some of my favorite is I really like, this is green pumpkin purple flake. I've caught a ton of fish. You can see that purple flake in there. I've caught a ton of fish on that. This is really good. The green pumpkin purple flake, when that water visibility is right around 2 foot. And also guys, most all the time, I do put a little bit of chartreuse or orange on the tails. If the water is clean, I'll just put a little puff on the end, but if the water is dirty, I may dye the entire curly tail chartreuse, but I do like the chartreuse on there. But that green pumpkin purple is really good. This is another one I've caught some good fish on. This is called the grasshopper color. This grasshopper color works really good in off-colored water. It's got some sort of some chartreuse in it. So again, 1.5 or 2 foot of visibility on the grasshopper. And also with the grasshopper, guys, I've caught a lot of fish on it during the pre-spawn, before the water temperature is 60, like when it's in the 50s, this grasshopper works really good. Okay, then you got, this is another one of my favorites, guys. This is watermelon purple. The watermelon purple is a little bit different than the watermelon green in the fact that it's a little bit lighter colored, and this is gonna be working better in cleaner water. So like the watermelon purple is a really good color if that water visibility is 3 or 4 foot in clarity. Caught a ton of fish with that. And then I do use just the 2 other ones here. Straight watermelon. This is the straight watermelon I use in the cleanest water. If I'm fishing, say, that swing head jig or dragging a football head jig in clear water lake like Table Rock, I'll use this right here. The straight watermelon works really good. But out of all of them, the ones that I've caught, the one that I have caught the most bass on, the baby brush hog, has been this watermelon candy. Now, the watermelon candy's got a lot of flake in it, and it's darker than a regular watermelon. But if you could just get one color to fish all the time, this watermelon candy is a really, really good bait, really, really good color. Now, most of the time when I'm fishing it, when I'm pitching it and flipping it, depends on the cover that I'm using, the cover that I'm fishing, but most of the time I like 17-pound test Seaguard Vizex fluorocarbon line. Really like the way it falls with it. I do fish it on a flipping stick. On the swing head jig and on the football head jig, I'm usually using, same thing, 15 to 17 Seaguard Vizex. Usually I go to 15 because I'm fishing a little bit deeper. And guys, it's just a really good bait in the springtime. It's like, out of all the Texas rig baits, you can use Texas rig craws, you can use like the Z-Hog, the Z-Craw, beavers, worms or whatever. I'm just telling you, this little baby brush hog will catch you a lot of fish. I mean, it works everywhere. I've caught them New York, Florida, throughout the East Coast, down south in Texas, all over through the Ozarks. It works about anywhere you go. So anyway, just wanted to clue you guys in on that. Zoom baby brush hog, a freaking bass catching fool this time of year. Again, I'll have all those links in the description, and appreciate you guys tuning in.